Welcome to episode number 1 of Guys Being Dudes. I'm here with my co-anchor, Mickey O'Brien, the man, the myth, the legend. So, NFL, it's been a crazy 3 weeks here, but let me introduce you to our podcast. So, this year, or as I should say, this podcast, we'll be talking about NFL, NBA. We'll touch on the MLB a little bit. When McGregor's fighting, we'll hit on the UFC, or I heard Mayweather fights Pacquiao soon, which should be fun to watch. So that we could touch on that. So anything else, Mickey? Anything you want to add?
Nothing really. I mean, you touched on everything. I feel like we were gonna cover, I guess, all aspects of sports.
Mm-hmm.
It's the home runs, slam dunks, and I guess the
Hail Marys, baby.
Yeah,
let's do it.
everything.
All right. To start, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. They finally won. They won a game. It was a circus act over there, and now they are victorious for the first time of the year. 1-1-1, making them tied with the Browns. I think they're tied. No, they're in second place. The Bengals are in first in that division.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, I mean, the Steelers are alive. We all know they're probably
alive.
They're good, though.
No.
We know we're good. You don't think so?
No, I mean it is the third week of the season so far, so there's not really much we can judge it by. But I don't think the Steelers are going to be anything special this year.
I'll tell you what, though, Fitz magic turned into Fitz tragic last night.
I know, it was horrible.
3 interceptions.
I was rooting for the guy.
You have to. He's literally he's a football hero, and when you see guys like Ryan Fitzpatrick who've been a backup their entire career, like, it's fun to watch.
At the same time, like, Ryan Fitzpatrick has always been like J.R. Smith.
Yeah,
he's just
around.
So streaky,
Yeah.
and the guy had 2 great weeks in a row. And no one expected that. And I remember looking on Instagram after the first week and seeing that he threw 4 touchdowns and had 700 yards. But that might be a little too much. But 400 yards, I was like, what the heck?
Nah, yeah, it's weird when you see guys. He goes through a cycle. Fitz magic. This is what happens with Fitz. So he goes on a team. He signs with a team as backup, and normally what happens is that starter that he's backup for gets in trouble or he gets hurt. Fitzmagic comes in and brings Fitzmagic. He's normally a beast. We saw it with the Jets, the Texans, and now the Buccaneers. He's normally a beast when he starts off, and then he gets paid. He's gonna get that contract, and then it's right back to Fitz.
Yeah.
Right back to Fitz. So if you're the Buccaneers, who do you go with next week, Jameis or Fitz?
I think that they should give Jameis 1 start, and then if he doesn't prove himself, go right back to Fitzpatrick.
I mean, aside from the 3 picks, Fitz had 3 touchdowns yesterday. I'm pretty sure he had 184 yards, which isn't that good, but 3 touchdowns is still pretty good.
Yeah.
And so I would, if I'm the GM of the Bucs, I would call in Fitz and say, "Listen, dude, you're on a short leash here. If you have 1 bad game, you're gone." So, I'm sure Jameis thinks he's your number 1 overall pick in 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
So if he's your number 1 overall pick, you don't want to give up on him this soon.
Yeah.
He's an idiot off the field, so he's got to really be careful.
What did he get in trouble for this time?
Something with an Uber driver. I think he beat up an Uber driver or something. I don't know. Something happened.
First the crab legs, now this.
It's a goofball. He's an absolute goofball. But next up, we got the on to some sad news. You hate to hear this kind of stuff. Jimmy Garoppolo, young talent. The NFL is full of young talent now. We got Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. But Jimmy Garoppolo is among that young talent, and tears his ACL. I'm not sure if you saw the play.
Oh no, it was disgusting.
He kind of did it to himself, though.
Yeah.
There was 5 or 6 Chiefs around him, and he was running out of bounds, but he he literally just like lowered his shoulder into a guy. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, get out of bounds.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like if he just like took the extra step out of bounds,
like
it
1 inch.
would have been perfectly fine.
1 inch is not going to kill you. There was a
Yeah.
Chiefs linebacker who said after the game, like, hey, listen, like, I'm praying for him, but that was his fault.
Yeah.
It was his fault, you know? Like, guys like Brady and, like, the top-tier quarterbacks, they find a way, like, all right, injuries are going to happen.
They just slide.
Yeah, injuries are going to happen.
Yeah, or they just walk out of bounds.
Eli doesn't ever get hurt, but injuries are going to happen when you have a bad line. But, like, you could prevent some. You
Yeah.
could definitely prevent some injuries.
Did you see one of, I guess, Jimmy's ex-girlfriends or like ex-flings?
I saw that.
put karma on her story. I thought that was stupid.
Girls, man. Girls, man. All right. Moving forward, 3-0 for the Los Angeles Rams. I was about to say St. Louis, but 3-0. I mean, they're a Super Bowl favorite at this point. Their defense is dominant.
I don't want the Rams to win. I don't want them to be good. I sort of slept on them at the beginning of the season, and I kind of wanted them to stink, just to stick it to everybody, because I guess I'm a hater. But, like, if you're a fan of a losing team, you don't want other teams that just come out of nowhere to succeed.
Yeah, you want it to be your team.
Yeah, but not even that. Like, for the Giants, I get so upset when I dress up every Sunday to just watch them lose, and then like the Rams win and just destroy teams because they just all of a sudden click and, and turn it up.
No, but in a way, it's fun to see teams like that because every year we're used to seeing, obviously, the Patriots. They're literally in the Super Bowl almost every year.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, like I've seen enough of Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. And I'm sure no one likes the Patriots unless you're a Patriots fan. And, you know, we got like the Packers who are in the playoffs every year. The Steelers who are really annoying to see in the playoffs every year. So you want to see like new teams like the Rams, you know.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are on their come up. Patrick Mahomes is balling out over there. So
if you think about it, though, like I want the Patriots to win. If the Giants aren't in the Super Bowl, I want the Patriots to win every single year.
Why?
Why? Just because I like Brady and I can appreciate him. Like, he's such a polarizing guy. Like, you either love him or hate him.
Mm-hmm.
But it, like, this is one thing that I cannot stand, though. People who say that Aaron Rodgers is better than him.
No way.
Aaron Rodgers may be the best quarterback in the NFL right now, but Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. Sorry, what's his face? Joe Montana, but like Tom Brady's just a beast.
Yeah, a lot of people argue like, oh, Peyton Manning, because Peyton Manning has better numbers than Brady, but Brady wins. Brady literally takes him to the Super Bowl or playoffs every year.
Exactly.
Without Brady, that team's not good.
And it's always a great game. I mean, last year it was a kind of garbage game, but like, tell me that you were not wanting them to beat the Falcons.
Yeah, when it was 28-3, like, everyone was rooting for
I thought it was over.
Point. Yeah,
but
you want to see a comeback.
Yeah, like I can't stand Aaron Rodgers though. I hate him more than anybody.
I think he's a little. Did you see so week 1 he tweaked his knee and his post game interview was hilarious because
I didn't see that.
He it seemed like he was off. Like, he definitely wasn't himself. And he had this southern accent in his post game interview, and people thought they drugged him, like, because, you know, just to, like, heal up his knee, and they thought he was like high off of something, and he was like, they interviewed him and were like, so Aaron, can you explain to us like what's wrong? And his reaction was in like this really country accent. He was like, my knee, and it was hilarious. His eyes were bloodshot, so it was definitely not Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Something was up there.
Going back to that game, I can't stand how the Packer fans are like, oh, great, like, we came back, we destroyed the Bears. Yeah, you beat the Bears.
Yeah, I know. No, the Bears have a good defense, but I mean, other than that, like, Mitch Trubisky's trash. Trash, mediocre at best.
Yeah, and the Packers are consistently good. Like, talk about teams that fall off. The Packers fall off in the playoffs. When was the last time Aaron Rodgers actually took them deep? Like, Brady's a big game guy. Aaron Rodgers is not.
Nah.
He may be everybody like, oh, Aaron Rodgers is clutch with his Hail Mary passes.
Yeah, no, he's got a great Hail Mary ball.
Like, his team doesn't pull through for him, and it's just not working out. So that doesn't really help his case for being a big game Aaron Rodgers.
You could say the same thing for the Chiefs, like with the the choking aspect. Like, come Halloween, the Chiefs are literally a different team.
Andy Reid is done.
Yeah.
Like, I love the guy to death. Like, just because he's like character, but no.
Yeah,
he's not taking him deep this year.
He's fun to watch, but Andy Reid is notorious for choking.
Just falling off.
He just chokes every single year. All right, big news in the NFL. Le'Veon Bell is on the trade block, and 5 teams have offered, the New York Jets being one of them.
I don't feel like he should be signed by anybody. Like, if you're like moaning about not getting guaranteed money after, I understand being a franchise player for 3 years in a row, but then like if you were that like productive, then why would they not give you guaranteed money? You know what I mean?
Running backs, it's weird with running backs because they last a good 5 to 6 years until the next guy up. So, I mean, Le'Veon Bell is what, 31? I don't know. I'm not really sure his age, but he's been in the league for a solid amount of time, and there's only a few more years left where he's asking for like Aaron Rodgers type money.
Yeah. When at the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers is a perfect example because he tweaked his knee. The guy just made $60 million guaranteed, even if he tore his ACL.
Exactly.
Like it's stupid.
No, but I thought for sure Le'Veon would be in a 49ers uniform.
Oh, yeah.
But Jimmy G went down, and what are you going to do,
No.
So the Jets, pushing for Le'Veon, does that mean they think they can contend?
I don't think so. Sam Darnold wet the bed last week, and just can't. He won't be able to bounce back.
Yeah, no.
The Browns game was like a welcome to the NFL game for him.
Yeah, staying with that game, like Baker Mayfield, he's a beast.
Yeah, he is.
He proved why he's #1 quarterback. In my opinion, I thought Sam Darnold would play a little more, motivated. Like, he was supposed to be the #1 overall pick.
Yeah.
And the Browns obviously took Baker. Like, what was up with that? Like, he just seemed so dead and not himself. So that's that.
I feel like I slept on Baker, so I never really, not that I didn't want him to succeed, but I didn't feel like he'd ever amount to anything because the guy's like 5 inches shorter than every other quarterback in the league.
Yeah, definitely.
The guy can barely see over the line, and he's just ripped apart the Jets defense.
No,
I'm glad for him though now.
He's got too many red flags for a #1 overall pick.
Yeah.
The Browns took Johnny Manziel, and obviously that did not work out, and he's very similar. We saw the video of him getting arrested. He got literally bodied by a police officer. So, turns out so far it's been 1 week, but they made the right pick.
Yeah.
And speaking of rookie quarterbacks, Josh Allen balling out. That hurdle.
He was on fire.
Anthony Barr, linebacker for the Vikings.
How tall is he, honestly?
I'm not sure, but my man was like...
Josh Allen's 6'6", right?
Josh Allen's 6'6". I think he's like 250, but he's a beast, So, Anthony Barr is going to remember that play for the rest of his career, and I'm pretty sure his teammates are not going to leave him alone.
Yeah. I love Josh Allen. Like, have you heard his story? How he had one college offer. Before that, he sent emails of himself to every school, begging them to take him, but no one took him. The kid went to prep school and then got the offer from Wyoming, and then tore it up.
That's as a fan, you like to hear those kinds of stories.
Yeah.
But yeah, Josh Allen, he looks like the real deal, and Anthony Barr should feel embarrassed because
I think anybody should feel embarrassed if you're getting
hurled by any quarterback. I don't care who it is. If you get hurled by a quarterback as a linebacker, hang it up.
Yeah,
hang it up. So moving forward, we're gonna pass it over to MLB a little bit and talk about our Cy Young candidate in the National League? Because that seems to be a big debate.
Are you talking about Max Scherzer?
No, absolutely not. My Cy Young is Jacob deGrom. Let me tell you why. All right. So the Mets offense, every time this man pitches, does not perform. It's just facts.
That's because they can. I feel like they got rid of a big bat in Cabrera, and he pretty much was their only generation of offense at the time. And because Conforto wasn't hot at all. Like, the guy, right now, he's probably had like 15 home runs in the later half of the year.
Yeah, he's balling out right now, but
yeah.
All right, so I read this thing on Twitter that if the Mets put up 4 runs in each of Jacob deGrom's starts, he would be 30-0. I don't think a pitcher has ever gotten 30 wins in MLB history. So 30-0, and all the Mets offense had to do was show up. I mean, that's
I feel like they should have gotten rid of him. They should have gotten rid of him, like, at that point. I mean, Noah Syndergaard is great and all. He's 23, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to go anywhere. He probably loves New York, and at the same time, like, he just has to stay healthy. He'd be a great starting pitcher.
Yeah.
And then
the Mets pretty much could have got like a whole lineup in return for deGrom of prospects, and in a few years, they'll be good. But I mean, they wanted to hold on to deGrom, my Cy Young candidate. I'm pretty sure yours is Scherzer because
I like deGrom. As a Yankee fan, I don't want him to succeed because he's over in Queens, but I hate the Mets, but I like everything that deGrom stands for. He was their only All-Star this year, right? And it was deserving.
I mean, he's a beast.
Yeah, he is. I wanted the Yankees to get him. I thought that was like a for sure, like, signing for the Yankees. But now over the summer, DeMarcus Cousins went to the Warriors, and I remember
snake for that.
My dad had texted me the next day, not about him, but it was when deGrom was still on the trade block.
Yeah.
And he was like, breaking news as the Golden State Warriors signed Jacob
deGrom. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
That would have been so funny. Imagine.
No, I don't want to switch over to basketball quite yet, but I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
All these basketball players want rings.
The easy way out is to sign with the Warriors, just like it was with the Heat. Even though the Heat were not
even close.
Exactly.
If the 2012 Heat played the 2018 Warriors, it would be a blowout. It would be. I think the Warriors would sweep them.
Yeah. So of course. I mean, LeBron can't really hold his own from the aspect of that there are 3 more All-Stars on the other team compared to his 1, and like a 1/10 of a 1 in Kevin Love because the guy got hurt. But you just want everybody to beat the Warriors, and I feel like the Warriors are pretty much the Patriots of the basketball world.
Mm-hmm.
But I would much rather, and I feel like a lot of other people would rather, the Patriots win a Super Bowl than the Warriors repeat and have 3 rings again.
Yeah, so we're gonna bring it back to football a little bit with the Patriots. As you said, they're like the Warriors of the NFL. I mean, they just got Josh Gordon, and Josh Gordon didn't play this weekend, but it's scary what that offense can do now. Come week, I think 5, when Julian Edelman comes back. So on the outside, you got Gronk and Juice, or Flash, I should say, Josh Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
So these two are going to be on the end. They spread the field beautifully. They're both tall, big-time threat receivers. And you got Julian Edelman and Chris Hogan on the inside, who, I mean, they're unstoppable as well. So, I mean...
Are you related to Chris Hogan?
He's from New Jersey. He's from Ramapo, and I'm pretty sure he played college lacrosse in college.
Oh yeah, he played at Penn State, right?
Yeah,
played lacrosse at Penn State.
Yeah, so I'm not related, but I wish. That'd be sick.
Yeah,
but they're unstoppable. I mean, come week 5, when Brady Stone, out of all quarterbacks, you want Tom Brady throwing to your receivers.
Yeah.
And when you have a receiving core like that.
Speaking of that, Gronk was when over the summer the Patriots threatened. Well, the Patriots wanted to trade him to the Lions, and he pretty much
Threatened
threatened
to
to
retire,
and he was like, I'm not going anywhere. Brady's
Yeah.
my quarterback. I'll retire before I leave his
Yeah, but
line."
does that mean Gronk's nothing without Brady, or like what is that?
No, like if you're gonna tackle a guy, Gronk's 6'10", right? Around that.
He's huge. He's a beast.
Like no one can tackle him. He's giant unless you take his legs out.
Well, if you think about it, like I said, if look at all the wide receivers that had Tom Brady and left the Patriots, like they're
Yeah.
nobodies now. You know, like Wes Welker, he was
yeah.
an absolute tank with the Patriots. He leaves the Patriots, and like you know, who's he now?
I don't.
So,
I'm pretty sure it was Wes Welker. Wes Welker ended his career with the Broncos, right?
yeah,
My first year playing fantasy football, I had picked Wes Welker in like the last round, and I had to know that he retired at the time. And I picked him, and he must have said that he retired 5 minutes after I picked him. And I was like, oh my god, like, are you kidding me? I could have had a backup tight end if someone got hurt, and I picked the one guy in the pool that retired. I was so mad.
yeah. Well, you know, we're gonna stick with the fantasy football aspect of things. So with Le'Veon on the block, if you're a fantasy football owner, is James Conner what is your over under? James Conner plays 14 games this season.
I don't even know.
You don't I don't. No one knows. Nobody knows. Is James Conner is he the real deal, and is he gonna play all 16 games for the Steelers?
Maybe yes, but also maybe no. I feel like if Le'Veon gets over himself and says, you know what, like, I need to stop being a baby, I'm not going to get guaranteed money because I could blow out my entire body next week, then he should like pretty much pack it up and say, I'm staying in Pittsburgh.
Exactly. No, but in my fantasy league, I just traded for James Conner because I really needed a running back.
Who did you trade for?
I don't want to speak of who I got rid of for.
No. So you got to reveal it.
All right. Well, the trade was, I think, I got rid of, because I needed a receiver bad, and you know, hate me. I mean, I'm gonna get some hate comments for this, but I got rid of Christian McCaffrey, Leonard Fournette, and Gary. Who else did I get rid of? Christian McCaffrey. Oh, and Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper was trash.
Yeah,
and in return,
Cooper
I got
trash.
James Conner, Keenan Allen, and Kyle Rudolph. But all right, so I needed a receiver, and I mean, Amari Cooper was my number one receiver.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I got to get somebody. So I get Keenan Allen, who, I mean, has been slow recently, but you know, he's Keenan Allen, so he'll kick up. And yeah, but I got rid of a lot. I mean, my team was 0-3, so you know.
Yeah.
Well, I had nothing to lose.
Speaking of 0-3, you're looking like the Raiders.
Oh my God, John Gruden, 10 years, $100 million. I don't think he's gonna last 10 games.
No.
I don't think he's gonna last 10 games.
I hope they go 0-16.
So do I, because
I don't really care for the Raiders. Only the Nutley Raiders. Because it's Raider Nation out here.
not an ad.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Nutley Raiders, you know, 0-4, slow start, but playoffs, we coming, baby. Let's go. No, but back to Gruden, like, my man's hair. What's up with that?
It's disgusting.
he keeps that visor on, but he's
does he still wear the visor?
He does wear the visor.
It's so gross. That guy needs a new haircut.
It's tough to watch. Also, the faces he makes, you know, during the games, he does like.
Did they bring back the Chucky doll at the games?
I think they did.
Did they, Gary?
No. Speaking of like what fans bring to the games, I was watching Monday Night Football last night with Fitzmagic, and I'm pretty sure every single person in the crowd had a beard, a fake beard on.
I feel like they should just like, I guess, absorb it as a organization that they should give out beards.
Yes, right.
When they walk in the door.
That'd be amazing.
Like I have Giants season tickets. We get one thing pretty much at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it's like a towel.
It's a towel.
Yeah.
That does nothing, and it's from Michael Strahan's induction to the Ring of Honor.
And there's always like 10 ads on
2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's only that I have 40 towels, but like then that, and then they'll give away like cards and stuff at the end of games. And why would they just not say like we have this this guy and his amazing beard,
just give out the
exactly.
beards. Oh my God! Everything they give out nowadays
And
has to have ads all over them.
Every single team are they not sponsored by like Party City,
Pepsi, Party
exactly.
City, Coca-Cola. It's like
and Tostitos.
Yeah,
like why do they not give away Party City cheap beards?
Fact. Come on,
Yeah.
that'd be sick. If every person in the stands was wearing a Ryan Fitzpatrick beard, I would go out myself and buy one. But so this week we saw Clay Matthews get absolutely robbed of a pass interference call. Or no, I'm sorry, roughing the passer call.
But
it was a sack, right? So this guy, week 1, all right. So the roughing the passer call is like, it's tough because you can't hit. There's like the Brady rule where you can't hit below the knees.
Yeah.
And now you can't hit the helmet.
If you were watching the Giant game, every single tackle on Saquon Barkley, Evan Ingram, Odell was below the waist. It was actually stupid. Evan Ingram, who is hurt now, is out. But like going back to that, I think it's just stupid how if you're tackling someone, did you play football?
6th grade.
Same.
It was lit.
9 years ago, I played football. But, like, if you're tackling someone, you're told to just go at their top half and bring them down. You wrap them up and bring them down. That's exactly textbook on
Clay Matthews' part?
Yeah, on the Redskins. And, like, you can't avoid his entire body weight falling onto... Who's a quarterback?
Alex Smith.
Yeah, you can't avoid that. And it was a stupid call, but I understand it if you look at the physical rule.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. That to me, that just looks like a textbook wrap up. And if anything, the hit against the Vikings was a little bit closer to a roughing the passer, even though it was not.
Mm-hmm.
There was both calls in the past 2 weeks were just garbage. I didn't know about week 1. What happened week 1?
I'm pretty sure there was another controversial roughing the passer call, but I'm pretty sure I heard that it was like kind of roughing the passer, but it could have went either way.
Yeah.
With Clay Matthews, so like to hear that there was 3 of those, he called the league. I don't want to say the word.
Soft.
He called them soft.
I feel like it is soft. I think they should bring hockey fights into football. They should. Like,
That'd be sick.
If you're watching a hockey game, you expect someone to get their teeth knocked out.
No, put it this way, all right? So you go to a hockey game, like me, I don't care about hockey at all.
Neither do
right?
I.
So if I go to a hockey game and like I'm sitting, I don't really understand everything that's going on. Obviously, like what a goal is, But like I want to see a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
I came here, I want to see someone throw hands.
Exactly.
If you don't know football, I'm sure there's people who go to the games and don't understand what's going on. Like, that'd be sick.
Like, you want to see hits.
Yeah, you want to see like big time hits.
Like you take away the hit out of Clay Matthews' hands, like that, it just ruins the game because Alex Smith should have gotten rocked on the hit, and it just wasn't allowed. It was stupid.
All right, bring this back 15 years ago. If Alex Smith is dropping back. I'd say 10 years ago. Alex Smith is dropping back, and Ray Lewis is running after him. I don't think Alex Smith would live to see another day.
Well, Ray Lewis shouldn't have been in the NFL at that point.
Lawrence Taylor.
He kill somebody?
Yeah, he's an idiot.
LT was an idiot.
Lawrence Taylor would
LT,
smoke Alex Smith at that time.
It's just soft now.
Yeah, every league's getting soft. Like the MLB, like there's no more like trucking the catcher, which like, all right, you go to a baseball game, you want to see like the catcher just get absolutely bodied out of play at the plate, right? Like that's fun to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
It's entertainment, and they're taking the entertainment part out of pretty much every sport. So
it's a little stupid.
Yeah, but so that's gonna conclude Guys Being Dudes for today, episode 1. I really hope you guys enjoyed. We're just pretty much just getting started, so let me tell you what to expect. So every Friday we'll be dropping an episode of our weekly picks because we're football gurus. Mm-hmm. Am I right? And Tuesdays, or what's today? Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday.
Tuesdays we'll be
that
dropping.
That wraps up our entire week. And
Yeah.
then
Tuesdays we'll drop, our conclusion of the week, like every sports news, and the conclusion of week. Like for example, this was week 3. We'll talk about all the games that happened, and just bring up all sports news.
Mm-hmm.
So we look forward to seeing you guys Friday, and we'll be back with our weekly picks. And stay cool, my friends. That was hot.